Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, comrades, and connections. Social media friends, this is Jim Sassi speaking from Hyderabad. I'll be reading an email update from Institute for the Study of War about Ukraine-Russia war. The key takeaways from the recent update of Institute for the Study of War are the Kremlin-appointed Commissioner for Children's Rights published a report on Russia's policy toward Ukrainian children. The report attempted to deny well documented evidence of Russia's treatment of Ukrainian children. Russian occupation officials continue to temporarily transfer and deport Ukrainian children to Russian-run summer camps in Russian-run summer camps in occupied Ukraine and Russia. The European Union, the United Kingdom, and Canada imposed sanctions on Russian officials and entities involved in the forced deportation, militarization, and indoctrination of Ukrainian children. Russian Zemsky teacher and Zemsky cultural worker programs continue to place Russian citizens in influential education and cultural positions in occupied Ukraine. The Russian Ministry of Education approved an official consent for the implementation of the historical education that will grant the Russian state even greater control over the school system and educational materials of in occupied Ukraine. The Jemista 2.0 Youth Military Patriotic Competition continues in occupied Ukraine. Occupied Zelensky is facing a worsening humanitarian crisis that the Russian occupation leadership shows no signs of remedying. Russia's persecution of Jarova was witnessed continuously in occupied Crimea. Some of the text belonging to this Russia-Ukraine war are top lines. The Kremlin-appointed Commissioner of Children's Rights published a report on the Russia's policy towards Ukrainian children, reiterating long-standing narratives meant to deflect from its own well-documented deportation of Ukrainian children and detailing ongoing programs that advance Russian objectives in this sphere. The Commissioner for Children's Rights, Maria Belova, to protect children during a social military operation. On May 7th, the report framed all of Russia's activities regarding Ukrainian children as legitimate and humanitarian focused on for family unification and facilitated by extensive international mediation, including via Qatar, the Vatican, and the United States First Lady Melania Trump. May 7th report also notably highlighted the center of Kremlin run day after tomorrow youth program plays in Russia's policy towards Ukrainian children. The day after tomorrow is a program administered by this Russian country for children to a charitable organization which caters specifically to this caters specifically to the social, humanitarian, and psychological various Russian state-owned and affiliated companies, including Rosatom, Russian Railways, and Aeroflot. Day after tomorrow seeks to organize a rehabilitation for children from occupied 4,000 Ukrainian children since 2022. Russian occupation. Russian occupation officials continue to escalate the efforts to temporarily transfer and deport Ukrainian children to Russian-run summer camp programs in Russia and occupied Ukraine. Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Chernyshenko claimed on May 7th. So on May 7th, that over 25,000 children from occupied Oblast will participate in summer health. May 30 to 50 children fought from occupied Russia, Ukraine. Thank you so much.